Okay, so one important question that everybody has is, how do I know how I'm doing? To figure that out, you have to go up here to your report button and scroll down to the bottom, and that will tell you how you're doing. So go to report, and once again here, this pops up, okay, but you have to scroll down to the bottom. Okay, at the bottom is your history here, and it gives you this blue-green bar information, and this green bar is very tiny because it only represents 2%. First thing, you want to make sure you're in percent. You can change the topics here, but you always want to make sure you're in percent because that's how we do your grade, is in percent. All right. Now, this blue represents what I got on the initial assessment. All right. I have worked some topics, and I have worked 2% of my remaining topics that I have to do. Now, when you request an assessment, sometimes you request one, sometimes your instructor sends you one, and sometimes Alex sends one. All right, those are your three options on an assessment. You request one, your instructor automatically sends you one, or Alex will send you one. Now, when should you request one? That's a big question. Usually when this is at 10%, the green is at 10%. That's usually when you want to request a test. Okay? Every student is different. Some students want one at 6% because they feel 10% that contains a lot of topics for them to test over. Some students want one at 8%. Some students want one at 4%. Okay? This is something that you have to feel out, and you have to find your comfort level as to where you want your test to be. Okay, so some students can handle over 10%. Some students can't, okay? I would not advise you to let this get up to 20%. That is a lot of material, and it's hard for students to maintain that 20%, okay? So when this gets high, all right, when this 2, the green, when it gets high, what you're going to do is, okay, first of all, you have to click your Done button. Okay, and once you're back here once you click your Done button, you're back to your main screen. Okay, and once you do that, you can go to your inbox up here. Okay, and once you click your inbox, this email screen will pop up. All right. Now, basically, it's a basic email program. Hit your Compose button, and this email will pop up. Hit your To button, pick your instructor, and that automatically pops up. All right. Fill in a subject, tell them you need a test, send it off, boom, you're done. Now, please realize you have to allow approximately 24 hours for that test. That test is not an instant test. You're not going to get it in 5 minutes. If you're lucky, your instructor's online, probably not going to happen. All right? You have to allow time for your instructor to get the email to get you that test. All right? Some instructors check their email over the weekend, some don't. All right? So it's all what your instructor does. If you're online and you're at 8%, I'd recommend sending an email saying, I'm working tonight, I'm probably going to get it 10%, please send me a test. Okay, then they'll check to see if you're there and send you a test. All right? Okay, so once you're there, go down and hit your Done button. Okay, so I'm back in your report again. Okay, scroll down to the bottom. I want to discuss what this is going to look like after your report, what your report will look like after your test. This is 26 plus 2. When you take a test, you're going to have another line. Every time you take a test, you get a new line. Okay, so I should have another line up here, and it should say it will say assessment, it will say the date you took the assessment, and you'll have another blue bar. Your blue bar should be 28%. How do I know it should be 28? Because 26 plus 2 is 28. Okay, these two numbers together, added together, should be your new blue bar. If it's not, if it's smaller, that means you've lost topics. That means you've got something wrong and you did not capture that on your test. Okay. Now, also, Alex, topics are related. So if you missed the topic and there's a topic related to that, it will put both topics back in your pie. So sometimes you're like, that wasn't on the test. Oh, that is correct. But if you missed a question and you needed that topic to get the question right, it'll put both topics back in your pie. All right, so even if you're like, that question wasn't on the test, we know that, but if you needed that to get the question right, it's going to say, well, apparently you don't know that the beginning material. So we'll put two topics back in there. All right. Okay, now also the instructor can look at your test. So if you have a question on your test, you need to notify your instructor. We can pull up your test, look at it for you. All right. Okay, so once again, when you take your test, if I were to take a test right now, this should be 28 blue bar. 28. It is possible sometimes to capture more than 28. You could take your test and get a 30%. Okay, because there are things on the test that you haven't worked. All right, so it is possible to get a 30%. Sometimes you get more. That's always a bonus. Love that. Okay.